Welcome to the Marine Channel from Dusseldorf Boat Show. As you can see, we're on the Targa stand for something quite special, something that doesn't happen all the time. It's the launch of a new Targa model. This is the new 41, and it's a little bit different from other Targa models. The fundamentals are there, it's still the same rugged, go-anywhere solid boat, but it's got a few extra nice touches and something which kind of bring it a little bit up in its luxury, I guess, and a little bit more modern, and it's got some amazing features. And before we go on board and have a look, I just want to show you one of those features, because this is the first Targa to have hull windows. So when we look round, you're going to see what difference that makes inside, because it's quite something. Also, it's the first Targa which has an opening side gate. But again, we'll see that from the inside in a minute. Come and join me, and let's have a look in around it. Right, as we step onto the boat, we've got the traditional large platform, and there we can see that stern anchor and the usual fender storage. And we come through the standard Targa gates with the beautiful chunky latch to enclose it. But as we do come into the cockpit, suddenly it's all striking us as a little bit more luxurious, a little bit plusher, if you like, and we've got a lot of additional seating. So we've got two table areas on this one, and these table areas actually pop out of their slots and stow underneath the engine hatch there. There's little pockets for them to sit in. But the seating is a lot more comfortable than we've come to expect on Targas, and a lot more sociable. I often use the word commercial in a good way about Targas, but this suddenly is looking like more of a luxury cruiser. But really nice space. Let's have a walk around the decks. And what we're first hit with here is, now as we know, Targas always have this fold up in the handrail, but they don't have a gate. And we now have a gate for access if you are moored side to. So that's a really cool feature. Just down here we have a huge drop-in locker. So you can drop in fenders, I guess, or anything else you needed to drop in there. And as we continue around the decks, we find another new feature, which is the size of these side doors. Normally on the Targas, they're much smaller, but we've now got this massive opening, and we'll see that from the inside in a minute. But if we just look at the 32 that's alongside us, you can see what the traditional size is there. And let's step up onto this bow. And up here, we've got a terrific size sun pad, and you've got infills to go in here, but they're off so we can get some light in that fore cabin at the moment. And then we've got this traditional bow here. This one has a bow anchor. They don't all, that's an option, but as we know, in Finland you often nudge up to rocks or the coast, and you can fold that down and hop off the bow there. So this is open in terms of the railing. So let's wander down the other side, and again, beautifully wide side decks, and again coming up to my waist here. And again, we've got another gate there for if you are side two. Right, let's go in. So absolutely beautiful, and loads of light coming in from those huge windows. So immediately on our left, we've got some controls there for heating, generator, and lots of storage and worktop there, or space for bits and bobs. We've got a wine holder in there. We've got a pop-up TV that comes out of here. And we've got the traditional raised by that much dining area, where sitting there we just get that expansive view out. not over a boat show normally. Now on the starboard side immediately, we've got the galley, and it's plenty of huge workspace. Under here we've got a sink. I'm going to leave that out because there's a little trick there. Over here we've got loads of storage drawers, cutlery, and space for anything you might want, built-in bins there. Here we've got a really nice size fridge and oven here. But what we've got a really clever little feature is that often when you lift the cover off your sink, you're struggling and it's sort of floating around. But here we've got a place to store it. So if I take that one out there, this one will drop in here and store away. And also this chopping board can fill in as another top to your sink. So you can use your chopping area there. So really clever idea there. I'll just leave that there for now. Okay, let's go forward. So we've got the traditional Targa navigator's seat, again with some storage down there and some more storage over there. Immediately ahead we've got this large space which would be ideal for a chart table. Charts can be stowed in there. And if we move over to the helm area, we're seeing a good change here, because traditionally often just wood, but this has really kind of been brought up to date with this lovely dark grey finish. It's not going to reflect light, it's a matte finish, and you've got your two huge screens there. So I'm going to sit in the seat just to get an idea of what we've got here. Now this is a massively adjustable steering area, so I can move the steering wheel around like that, and I can also move this entire area. If I do that, it pivots out. It's quite hard to see, I appreciate, but you can see that whole pod has pivoted out and goes back in there. So lots of different configurations to get it to suit your particular styles. So everything close at hand. Here we've got our throttles, we've got our remote for our MFDs there. We've got a joystick for easier manoeuvring, we've got our thrusters, and all the switches for everything else really close by. We've also, of course, got this huge door. So there's no scrabbling around to get outside if you are needing to go and assist with crewing duties. It's just a really easy step through and step in again. This one's got a really nice helm seat. It's got a suspension system on it, and that's going to make certainly a very comfortable steering position. So the whole finish of everything is just fabulous. We've got our engine management displays up there, we've got our fusion there and tank gauges, but it's just fabulous and doesn't really feel that much smaller than the 46 that we had a look around previously. So let's go down into the master cabin. And I think you will agree that this feels like the cockpit, a lot more luxurious, plush. The lighting is really kind of seductive. The fabrics are amazing. There's a little step as well as I come down here, and all illuminated. It's really cool. It's going to look amazing at night, but it's beautifully finished and plenty of headroom. So in the lower section, I'm 6'2", and there's no shortage of room. Up there we've got natural light coming in from those hatches that we saw on the foredeck there. Plenty of storage. So here we've got a nice hanging wardrobe. We've got cupboards there. We've got things all down the side of the boat there. We've got our light switches. We've got reading lights. So no shortage of space to put all your kit. If I open this one, we've got our ensuite, which again feels just a little bit more luxurious. Certainly a very good size. You've got a proper walk-in shower there. And plenty of space. And again, loads more storage down there. They've really gone to town on the lighting. You've got illuminated steps there, which obviously adds safety at night, but they look really cool as well. So let's go and have a quick look in the second cabin. Now it's the usual Targa layout where we go down some steps and we come into the cabin. But the huge difference is, if you'll remember the traditional one, this section here extends right out here and divides off this single bunk massively. We haven't got that here. It's just opened out and you lack a little bit of privacy. Having said that, you've got a curtain which you can slide across. But what it does do is make it feel much bigger and much lighter because you've got those new hull windows, which are quite amazing, on either side. So not only have you got view, you've got light and a little bit of ventilation as well. Again, we've got the cool lighting down here. And again, the finish just feels really luxurious. Storage wise, we've got a very deep hanging locker in there. I'll spin around here. We've got more shelving there. And we've got cupboards here, we've got drop-ins there. We've got a tray there for all your little knickknacks and phones and things. But it's a really very cool cabin. And it also has its own little bathroom here. It's not huge by any stretch of the imagination. So we've got a loo. Got a port up there for light and ventilation. We've got a nice sink there. Storage. And we do have a little handheld shower. Now that might be a little bit tight, but it's there. And this will obviously be the day heads as well because it is right near the doors out to the cockpit here. So let's have a quick look up on the flybridge. Now the seating at the back here, this cushion normally sits there, but obviously it's a step at the moment. So if I come up here, we've got what is a fairly traditional Targa flybridge. Not massive, but everything is about form and function here. And what it does have is some clever seating. So at the moment, this is set up for dining. This helm chair actually swivels round as well, so it'll become part of the seating. And if we look at the back of this seat, this will flip over, so it becomes a nav chair. And again, we've got all the funky lighting down here, which is very cool. So helm station. So in terms of layout, again, fairly practical. Everything to hand, throttles, joystick, got my Volvo controls there. Got my remote for the MFDs. Got my autopilot, Humphrey system, and thrusters. But the screen on this boat as well is more sophisticated, I suppose. It's feels very enclosed and safe around here. And again, you've got that massive, expansive view. So, amazing view for manoeuvring. And if you want to stand up, then obviously that increases. Over here, we've got a really deep little locker to put all the bits and bobs that you need while you're on passage. Some cup holders here and there. This one has bimini, keep the sun off you, and back here we've got some storage where they've mounted the life raft. So again, a really functional flybridge, but feeling a little bit more sophisticated and a little bit more set up for socialising. Right, so down in the engine room, where we have a pair of Volvo D6 440s, which give this boat about 38 knot top speed, we see again the amazing quality of the installation on a Targa. And as we go around, you can just see all those systems just beautifully installed, and the space around it as well. There's no problem hopping down, checking everything. If you need to work on anything, just loads of space. And this is with only one hatch up, so the other side of this hatch will come up as well. But just a fabulous, practical, sturdy installation. Now, if we just look on the underside of the hatch here, these huge bags are actually to stow the table in. So if you don't want the tables up, they just drop in there and vanish out of the way. Really neat. So there you have it, the new Targa 41. Absolutely love it. It's got all the original Targa amazing character, sturdy features, thrown in with a little bit of luxury and a little bit more style and finish. Love the hull windows. Everything about this boat is just built for purpose and is going to take you safely to wherever you want to go. Price, about 800,000, so it's not a cheap boat, but it is a sturdy, rugged boat, and boats which hold their value as well because they are staggeringly popular. Hope you've enjoyed the video. We love this boat. If you have, please do subscribe. Remember to hit that bell as well so that we can let you know any future videos that come up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.